Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Half a Story podcast with the gang on Zoom this time.
Yes, we're on Zoom. I'm in Cov and you're in Derby.
That's we're really breaking the barriers, the internet barriers.
Get all technological.
Very technological.
In Derby.
Lizzie Ford.
So it's been a while since the last podcast, a couple of weeks. Apologies. We've been busy.
So many deadlines. Many deadlines.
We gave ourselves a bit of a break as well. I've gone home to see the family, etc. And I think you have as well.
Yeah.
And obviously now stuff's starting to open up. So it's exciting times, and we're back on the podcast. We've got a lot more free time now, so fingers crossed.
Love the podcast. Happy to be here. I can't believe we're on episode 5.
Yeah, even if it's on Zoom, we'll still continue.
Yeah, we're trying our best.
The show must go on.
It really must, as they say.
Let's hope the audio quality is just as excellent.
That is the one thing. If this, this might not even ever make it.
It might not.
Waste of time. So
it should be fine. And if not, I'm sure I'll have a bloody good time in recording it. So, since the last podcast, like all the EFL seasons are finished. We're literally on the last week of the Premier League season. So a lot has changed. Obviously, the Champions League final is now decided, and the Europa League final. So what we saying?
Also soon.
Well, yeah, the playoffs have just started this week, so we've got that to look forward to. Because I think we both love them, don't we?
I do love the playoff. Do you know why though? Because it's just like, for example, last season, no one saw Derby like doing what they would like beating Leeds and that, did they? Was that last season? Season 4? Yeah. But like they did that all. That was a bit. Who saw that coming? Absolutely no one.
Exactly. I mean, it's not necessarily like the big championship players. Like they are probably the best, like in terms of the state
entertainment value.
But like, I love the League 1 and League 2 playoffs as well. Like, I'll watch all.
I feel like with the League 1 and 2 playoffs, so like I'm not trying to say like getting into the Premier League isn't a big deal, because obviously it really is. But like I feel like the lower league teams like really, really got to leave their hearts on the pitch, because like they know how much can be invested into the club if they go up into like literally just like League 1.
I mean, we did the League 2 playoffs about 4 years ago, I think it was. I loved it. Pretty stressful at the time, but like once it was all said and done, it was marvellous. Once we went up to League 1, we beat Notts County and Exeter. I mean, look where Notts County are now.
Yeah, that's mad.
Sorry about it. So, I mean, that championship last day, actually, the relegation battle, Jesus.
What with Derby?
Derby should have won Rotherham. I mean, Rotherham were like there until like the last few minutes.
Yeah, because they were beating Cardiff.
And
for our fans out there, I have a real gripe against Cardiff. Even though St McCarthy is now the manager, I can't get behind them at all. It all stems back to that game where they had like 2 penalties in the last 5 minutes, and both of them, one missed and one was saved, and it was literally, my heart rate had stopped. I was almost dead, but I'm still here, still surviving.
I felt really bad for the Rotherham manager because he was very emotional.
Do you know who I feel bad for? The Wickham manager, because I love him with my whole heart.
I mean, imagine saying that like Wickham would finish third bottom. I would still be.
What's his name? Is it like Steve?
Gareth Ainsworth.
Gareth, he looks like a Gareth, yeah, that does make sense. But he's always got his like snakeskin boots on.
His leather jacket.
Yeah, he just always looks like he's going to be a Guns N' Roses tribute act, and I appreciate that.
He does a bit.
Maybe that's why they didn't play very good football, because they were like in the dressing room doing like Sweet Child of Mine on the guitar, but still.
To be fair, they put like a mad run in at the end of the season to like even get themselves like within touching distance.
Yeah, like if their goal difference wasn't literally minus something really awful, they could have like stayed up if with the Derby draw.
And obviously, there is to talk about Derby getting deducted points, but I just can't see it being this season. I think if it does happen, it'll be next season, like Sheffield Wednesday.
We all know my feelings towards Derby, even though we do go to university here. I was very much rooting for them to go down. No offence, Derby fans, but I've had bad experiences at Pride Park. I was gunning for them to go down.
They've had the last laugh, so they stayed up, so they can root on from next year. Even though I'm not sure when Rooney will be there for much longer.
I really don't think he will. That links into our last week's, well, not last week now, but our few weeks ago podcast, in which we spoke about what players should do after retirement. So if you haven't listened to that one, give that a listen because it's very interesting. A bit of self-promotion.
I suppose speaking of the Championship, obviously the playoffs have just started. In the first legs, Brentford lost to Bournemouth and Swansea beat Barnsley. So we were both a bit disappointed because, without sounding too biased, we both wanted Brentford and Barnsley in the final, don't we?
Yeah, 100%. They're just bloody sweet. Like, that's probably not the best way to describe them, but if anyone was to do it, like, I really hope Barnsley do it just for the amazement. Like, that's what the playoffs can do. Do you know what I mean?
I always like from the players, and just promotion in general. I like new teams going to the Premier League. Like Barnsley have only been there one season, and Brentford have never been in the Premier League. So either one. I do really want Brentford to go up, and I must commend them because I'm pretty sure a majority of us last season said, well, because obviously I bottled the playoff final last season against Fulham. I think we all thought they wouldn't be able to make it back up again, like to the possibility of promotion. I just kind of thought that was out the window, but no, fair play to them. I really, out of Brentford and Barnsley, I'd be really happy with either team that went up. So that's my hope for the final, but obviously both of them are in a 1-0 down situation. Yeah, there's only one, they are still within touch and distance, but you do feel like, especially for Barnsley, like the crowd are going to, like they should have taken advantage of the crowd yesterday.
The thing is, like, Barnsley played so well. Like, they genuinely played so well. I think Brentford, on the opposite hand, were on the back foot. I genuinely think Barnsley could have won that game.
But obviously Brentford, in the next game, will have the crowd behind them, so maybe that would benefit them.
No, yeah.
I don't actually hate any of the teams. I don't want Bournemouth to go up because we're the same three going up from last season. Down last season. And Swansea, they've been there more recently than the other two. I don't have anything against them. I'd rather you.
With me, it's just, no offence to Bournemouth fans, but I don't think they're at a Premier League level. Like, they've just gone down and they finished 6th. Like, I just don't feel like they deserve it yet. I just don't feel like it's their time to go back up. I feel like if they don't go up though this season, they're gonna lose a lot of their players like David Brooks. And then I don't know whether they would be able to come back up at all then. Do you know what I mean? If either Brentford or Bournemouth don't go up, I think they're going to lose a lot of their key players. Because obviously Brentford did last season, lost like Ben Rama and stuff after they didn't make it.
So if you were to, for the Championship playoffs, if you were to choose one team you want to go up, who would it be?
I genuinely can't pick between Barnsley and Brentford, but for the sheer gobsmackery, Barnsley.
Well, I'll just for the fact to be different, because I would be happy with either. I'll go Brentford just because it'd be a first time thing.
I really like Brentford, and I like the fact that their badge is like bees. I just
love a good bee.
Really relate to that, yeah.
Just with the bees. Who do you think will go up? Because I think Bournemouth will go up.
I really don't want it to be Bournemouth.
But I think it will be.
I really don't want it to.
They've got a lot of momentum as well because they finished really well.
I don't know who would want it. Like, I think it probably will be Bournemouth, but I beg Brentford. Like, I think
whoever wins the Brentford-Bournemouth game will probably go up.
Yeah, I agree.
We might as well give just to the League One, League Two. Why not? You've got Blackpool against Oxford today. Blackpool have won the first leg 3-0, and Sunderland versus Lincoln. Out of those 4 teams, who would you want to go up?
I really want Lincoln to go up.
Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lincoln. I really like the town, and when I've been there, like everyone's been really nice. And I've been to see them play like when I was little with my dad, and my dad really likes them. So it's like a bit of a like, yeah, a nostalgic reason. Do you want to go up?
I mean, I've been to Lincoln. I went to Lincoln Open Day for uni.
I just like that they're called the Lincoln Imps as well because of their little gargoyle things.
I think I'd be between Blackpool and Lincoln, so again, I'll be different. I'll go Blackpool. I like the town.
Okay. I do like Blackpool though. Like just when Ian Holloway made that comment about Cristiano Ronaldo being hung like a hamster, I just love Blackpool ever since.
Who do you think? Obviously, it's harder to judge because I don't watch much League One football, but
I think Sunderland will go up.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but I think it'll be either Sunderland or Blackpool. So I'll say Sunderland.
Yeah, I think it will be Sunderland.
And then,
I hope it's Sunderland.
And then you've got League Two. We've got Morecambe against Tranmere and Newport against Forest Green. Currently, Newport playing Forest Green, and then Newport winning 2-0.
What's the Morecambe situation?
The Morecambe situation? Oh, they're playing on Thursday.
I will sell my left arm for Morecambe to get promoted. I literally love them with my whole heart.
The Shrimps.
That's why I love them, because they're shrimps. No, I just think shrimps are just cool. Like, have you watched Shark Tale?
Oh God, Shark Tale is a very underrated film.
Yeah, you know the shrimp where he's like singing, they're all singing to like be freed from the like sharks eating them. I just relate. Do you know what I mean?
I like Shark Tale Happy Meal toys. Brilliant.
Yeah, and then when we went to the Lake District, someone had slapped a Morecambe sticker on a lamppost, and I had my picture taken next to it because I just thought that it was everything.
I do like Newport, and I have nothing against Tranmere or Forest Green. But again, I think I want Morecambe to win. Did you know Morecambe have never been relegated from any division?
Big up Morecambe.
And they're like the underdogs, I'd say. And then who do we think will win? I would probably Tranmere, I think, will probably win.
Who's the other team?
So Morecambe, Tranmere, Newport, Forest Green, and Newport will be in Forest Green 2-0.
I think Newport will go up. They've just seen with their TikToks, so...
They'd be my second choice. We're Yells.
We're Yells.
The Premier League now is pretty much like it's sorted, isn't it? Because the relegation's been done. Man City won the league. It's all about like the European places now, and obviously we're going into the final weekend this week.
No.
Like, I mean, that Alisson goal, ridiculous.
Oh, it is so sad, though, how that even happened.
Well, they didn't. They just left him. Like, he just headed it. I mean, fair play. Like, I'm not a Liverpool fan in the slightest, but it was actually a good header. That was a really good header. It
was a really good header.
Bloody Willian could never. 20-odd million time Ryan Brewster.
Ryan Brewster?
Alisson scored more goals than Ryan Brewster.
That's a bit awkward. Doesn't he play for like Sheffield United now?
Yeah, because he signed like 20-odd million from Liverpool.
Oops.
Since the last podcast, we said the championship season has finished. We finished in a very good, respectable 16th position and finished it with a 6-1 win over the Millwall.
That was such a good result.
I was bloody flabbergasted. We don't score 6 against anyone.
No.
Millwall aren't even that bad. Like, they're a decent mid-table side. How do you think you've done since the last podcast? So last podcast was...
Not well at all. We've lost against Burnley, like 4-0.
Oh, yeah. You did beat Brighton and you drew with West Brom. And lost.
Yeah, but only because they got a player sent off and then got another player sent off at the end.
Oh, big Neil.
In John Moss.
Morgan Gibbs-White to the rescue. The king.
Not that I've ever slagged him off, not once.
Nope, he is. To be fair, ever since I think you said something about Starboy Greenwood because he was doing terrible. His career has gone. Like, he started scoring goal after goal. So I reckon, I'm not saying you should take credit for it, but you have excelled his career.
Yeah, maybe I should just start slating everyone, and those people will score.
Exactly. This week's topic of main discussion, which was actually again suggested by yourself, so more fair play.
I know I'm really hot on the topics recently.
We're talking about nostalgia and badges and stadium names Well, not just names, but places as well. Like, should you stay in the same place? Should you change the name of your stadium? Should you change the badges? Because it does happen quite a lot. A lot of it's like money related.
Yeah, like, would you rather be like, for example, let's take Bournemouth, and obviously they've got the Vitality Stadium, but like, I'd hate if they renamed if they renamed the Mollion to like, obviously you've got the Amex as well, which is American Express for Brighton.
Well, we're literally stuck in the middle of that right now because we're finally going home to the Rico, and I've decided as part of the 10-year deal they're going to rename it the Coventry Building Society Stadium,
which is a bank.
It just sounds awful.
Like Halifax Stadium.
It's such a mouthful. It's just like, no one will call it that.
Yeah,
I call it the CBS.
Stadium.
The CBS.
That sounds even worse.
Actually, a lot of time, I find a lot of time with stadiums, especially like my granddad will go, where are they playing today? And I'll go, for example, like it's like Derby. Like my granddad will know the Derby colours, the baseball.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's a lot of the time it's changed to like a company's.
Well, yeah, but that's what I hate. Why? Just because you've got more like the Emirates, like it was Highbury, wasn't it? But obviously that was a completely separate park. But it's not only if they changed the name, they've completely moved venues. So like West Ham with the Boleyn Ground, and then obviously the Olympic Park Stadium.
We moved to the Rico in 2005 from Highfield Road, and obviously everyone's like finest memories are from Highfield Road because we're in the top division, etc.
Like, I understand that your club wants funding. Like, I completely get that, because without funding, you're not going to get your players, and without your players, you're not going to go anywhere, or even the league. However, I love the fact we call, like, you know, our stadiums the Molineux. I love the fact that our badge, yes, it has changed over the year, but we've always had walls incorporated. Like, we had 3 walls, and then we had like more square-ish wolf head that had like WWFC in it. And I like our badge now, like, but our badge has not changed so drastically like Man City's badge. It's changed drastically. Like, it's not even the same thing. It was an eagle and now it's a ship. Like, it's not even the same like branding, if that makes sense.
I mean, I preferred the old one personally.
I prefer the old one.
But is that nostalgia? Because you always think like people.
No, it looks better. It looks better. Like, if you're going up against a team and their badge is like an eagle and it looks quite fierce, and then you're going up against a team where the badge is a ship. Like, I understand it's probably got something to do with the heritage in Manchester, but like, why did that need to happen?
Well, I think it's more like the nostalgia around like. Well, like this is a bit random, but when I used to like match tracks and stuff, like I remember seeing like all the different teams. Like, you remember like the iconic like Premier Leagues like Bolton, Blackburn, you know, Portsmouth, Sunderland, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And I suppose to an extent, like the world is just run by money, because even like the playoffs we were just discussing, like if you're playing like a fair system, the 3rd place team should go up, or like the 4th place team should go up. But
yeah,
the playoffs are just a money-making thing. But I suppose in that extent, because everyone really enjoys it.
Like I said, I was saying it to you earlier, like I do like the playoffs, but the concept does irritate me that like 6th place could go up when 3rd definitely deserve it more, especially if there's like a point in it from
gap.
2nd place.
Yeah.
And like, obviously with the 6th place thing, it's like that changes throughout the whole season. Like, I think your first top 3 teams will change within each other, but they'll still be the top 3, if that makes sense. Okay. But then from like 4th to 6th, those teams can be anybody.
I mean, in the Championship this season, the top 2 were quite clear of the rest, so I guess it has worked out in that state.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't just apply to like the actual brand as such, but like even like the kits, I feel like because I suppose social media has had an impact on this. Just like the kits, like the kit reveals are a big deal these days. But like I feel like they do try and go too far away from the original design.
That's literally happened to us, because since we've partnered with Adidas, because we were with like Puma for like a very long time. Since we've partnered with Adidas, I think they take into like zero consideration as what the fans would want in a kit. Like, all you have to do is look at our away kit this season. It's not sold. Like, it's literally £10 on the club shop right now. It's done so terribly.
See, I actually find Hummel, who make our kits, have actually done a really good job because they have a lot of like nostalgia to our kits. They love like details. So like, I think our away kit's got like our original name was Singers FC. I add a bit of like nostalgia to the kit, so I think that's quite good. And we've got like, because we're the city of culture in 2021, like there's like a special kit with like a design, like the cathedral on and stuff. So
Yeah,
it depends on the designer, I suppose.
I just think there is like ultimately there is too much money in football, and it always every like, you know, discussion point we have comes back to this, that the fans need to be listened to. Like, I would be distraught if we changed our badge. Like, that's the point I was going to make. The only time I've actually ever seen a club listen to their fans is when Leeds were going to change their badge about 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's the like shield with the roses for Yorkshire, but they were going to change it to literally something that looks straight copy and paste off clip art on Word. It was awful.
Like our thumbnail.
So, yes.
Do you remember the marketing thing of like the Huddersfield Town, like the
Paddy Power.
I mean, that was clever because obviously it was never going to be the real kit.
Oh, no, that was it.
It got a lot.
It's someone going like this. So like tapping like the badge, but there's no badge and it just says Leeds United. It is vile. Like, genuinely go and search it up. But that's the only time they've ever listened to fans, because it literally looks like someone's nan's made it on clip art.
What? Why, like a few years ago, like Hull Tigers, like Hull going to be called like Hull Tigers?
Yeah.
But I think that might also have like a bit of a like an uproar, because it sounds right. It sounds
an uproar.
Rapidly moving on. It sounds like very rugby league, I think.
It does. It really does.
But here's a question for you. I'll give you 3 options.
Go on.
What's the worst possible scenario? Or like rank them in the worst, like from least worst, like from worst to least worst. Changing the stadium name.
Yeah.
Moving stadium, but with the same name. Like having a new stadium, or changing the badge.
I think, to me, changing the stadium name's the top.
The worst one?
Yeah, like the worst one. Then leaving the stadium completely, and then the badge. Because to me, like, for my team specifically, which is Wolves, I don't think there is much, like, the badge is always going to revolve around the animal, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think you could possibly change
would it depend on the extent of what they did?
Yeah, because if they got completely changed the badge to, like, I don't know, someone's foot kicking a ball, no.
It's just a bit generic.
No way, that is not going near my body. I'm not wearing that as a kit. Yeah. I'm not endorsing that. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
But your team is known for, like, I think, to be honest, the worst thing they can do is change your club colours.
Oh, 100%. Has that ever happened?
Yeah.
But I know it happens a lot of away kits and stuff, but...
Away kits is different because obviously you expect that every season for it to change, but you always have you have a spectrum of colours that your away kit, it probably will be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like when some people get taken over, like they just completely change their home kit colour.
Yeah, I mean, with us, like our badges have changed a little bit. We've had stadium changing all the time because we're literally in different cities most seasons, and now we've had a stadium name change as well. So like, it's one of them. I'm kind of used to it, but I think the badge would be the one I'm most proud of. Like, I like the little elephant on top, even though I've never seen an elephant in Coventry. It decided to take that concert.
Elephant and Castle, isn't it? Isn't that a pub in Coventry?
Yeah, I guess it does come off that, but the only elephant I've ever seen is in the Take That concert. I'm sure my mum loved it. Should
I Google it? What is Coventry's badge?
I'm not going to because I feel like I should know this.
An elephant. Obviously, ours is a wolf for very obvious reasons. Right, are you ready? It is a castle, I told you. Present. Oh, that's the crest of Coventry.
Ah, yeah.
And that is what it is.
And it's because it comes from the crest of Coventry.
It says the elephant is seen. Yeah, exactly. The elephant is seen not only as a beast so strong he can carry a tower, but Coventry's castle.
So it's like 15, not only the beast of town, but I can't remember.
And it says, but also as a symbol of Christ's redemption of the human race.
I love a crest. I really like a crest.
I love a crest. I really like. I think my favourite badge is probably our badge that we had throughout like the 90s when we were sponsored by Goodyear, because it's like the wolf, but it's got like actual, I don't know how to describe it. It's fat. Look, the wolf's head's fatter, and it's got like, instead of the eyes being like the way that it is now, like it wasn't in. Instead of it being like in, I can't describe it. Instead of its eyes being like quite big triangles, they were really little white triangles. And instead of us having like a hexagon or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a hexagon, I was correct. As like the background, like we had like Wolverhampton Wanderers in like a shape, and then FC, and the wolf's head was quite fat. I think that's probably my favourite badge that we've had.
I've always quite liked your badge. It's a bit different.
Yeah, I like our badge, and I love our colours. I think they're like just.
Why is it like, what's orange?
It's not orange, it's gold.
Oh, gold orange. Potato.
No, that's like Wolverhampton's colours on the crest is all gold and black. But I should really love it. I think they're very like flattering colours as well. I mean, like, I think it kind of suits everyone. Like, everyone I've ever seen put on a Wolves kit suits being in a Wolves kit.
The Portuguese look.
No, I mean like.
I know. So what would you say like your favourite sponsor has been?
We did at one point get sponsored by Doritos, which is just who would not want to be sponsored by Doritos. But then
I'm not a big fan of Doritos.
Yeah, but like in terms of like nowadays standards, I absolutely hate being sponsored by a betting company.
Yeah,
I hate it. I'd rather be sponsored by Doritos than the sponsor we have now, which I think's I think it's ManBet, but it's like got loads of X's and like betting chips like on the t-shirt. Like I really don't like it. The only time I was okay, like happy with us having a like a betting sponsor was the first season we came up into the Prem. Our kit was stunning, like the colour was so nice. It was like proper old gold, and we were sponsored by W88. And because of the Wolves, obviously the W looked really good on the top because it just looked like W for Wolves.
Yeah, because we're sponsored by Boyle Sports, which is not a betting company as well.
I think I'm just really hoping we're not, because we've had this ManBet sponsor now for the past 2 seasons, and I just really hope we're not sponsored by them again next season. I just don't like it. Just doesn't look right on the kit. And to be honest, I've not been ever since we've come up. I liked our first home kit. Our away kit was literally just white, so it was just plain. Our home kit last season I wasn't really a fan of, but I like the away kit. And then this season I don't like the home or the away kit. So I'm just ready for a fresh kit, fresh start. Really hope they actually listen to us.
Have you seen any like rumours of them?
No, because I can't lie to you. Last season, we were like really, really heavily rumoured for our away kit to be like a semi recreation of our like 1996 away kit, which is this like teal, blue, kind of green colour, and it's like made out of wolves' heads, like as the background. And we were heavily linked for it being something like that. And then obviously the monstrosity that is our away kit this season just turned up out of the blue. And I genuinely thought it was like the background, you know, when like Toy Story opens and it's just like clouds. Yeah. That is what that's what it is. So I'm not a fan of it at all. And I've seen it in real life as well. And everyone goes, oh, but in real life it looks better. No, it doesn't. I just don't like it at all.
But I do kind of think you always warm to your kit. Well, maybe it sounds like you don't, but I always prefer a COV kit compared to, say, like, because I don't particularly think our away kit's that nice this season, but I prefer it because it's a COV kit. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean, but I don't like our away kit this season, which I'm pretty sure we've played in it twice because they know the response that they had from the fans. So I think we've played in our third kit, which is the like Portuguese kind of strip, way more. Like, it just looks awful. Controversial opinion, but I don't like the third kit either. And I didn't like the third kit last season. Like, I understand they're like Mexican and Portuguese for like our player wise, but I don't like red in kits. I never have. Like, I don't like it. My like dream colour away kit would be green.
What shade?
Like it, like the I don't have it with me, but like either like this shade of green.
You know, there's a podcast at you.
Yeah, but I'm showing you. I don't know how to describe it.
Like darker.
Yeah, like a bit lighter from like an emerald, but a bit lighter. So I don't want to say like Spurs, but you know Spurs, but the green kind of like Spurs kit.
I was going to say you probably won't like the sound of this, but
or the Leeds one.
No, but like, isn't Aston Villa's away kit a little bit? Was it a third kit?
No, they're not that one. That was green and red don't go together ever, period. That is just a wrong colour combination. Yeah, it's disgusting. That is vile. That is literally vile.
Well, that shade of green, though.
No, I'd want it a bit lighter. I'd want it either like a teal colour, so like greeny blue.
Mm. So we've actually played in 4 kits this season.
Have you like released your kit for the 2022 season?
No, but even though they did put something on Twitter like about half an hour ago saying that it might be released like very soon.
Well, actually, that is a topic. Obviously, we will probably dedicate a whole podcast for rating the kits when they come out.
Oh, that is you're the topic master.
But I just want to mention very quickly that Liverpool have just released their home kit and it is disgusting. It is literally disgusting. It's vile. I hate it so. What's the orange?
Yeah, like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't like Liverpool, but at the same time, some of their kits are quite nice. This is awful.
I thought their home kit this season was like same with the green and the red, like, but the green being on the band of the arm. Like it's the same with Chelsea. Like Chelsea, why have you decided to put like a whole pattern on the whole front of the shirt, and then at the band in the side, it's a completely different pattern. Like, and it just doesn't go together. But Liverpool's kit, no, I can't get behind the orange collar.
Like I said, teams are trying too hard to be different.
No, I really, really don't like it.
So what would you say, like, besides, obviously you're not a fan of your teams anyway, but like, what would you say your favourite kit is this season from the season just gone?
I really have to say that I genuinely really liked Arsenal's home kit. It's like
oh yeah.
Like, I just think it looks. Yeah, it looks good, but it suits. Like, the thing is, though, certain patterns suit certain colours. For example, like the pattern that's on ours with like all the like dotty bits, like it just doesn't suit the colour of all gold. Like, it just doesn't suit it. Whereas, like, I also think if we recreated Arsenal's kit with our kit, I don't think that would look right either, because it's not red. Like, I think the red works with it, but do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I'm currently on the fantasy football because I've got the shirts next to the players. What do I like? There is more than the Premier League, but I'll just go Premier League because it's easier. I'm not like crazy about any of them, to be honest.
I think Arsenal's was probably my favourite.
I really like our home kit, to be fair, but I did say don't do your own team. See, I don't hate. Maybe controversial, but I don't hate Chelsea's home kit. I don't like their other kits, but I don't really like the sponsor, though. It's too big.
Because, like, obviously, quite a lot of, like, leak sites say it's going to be one thing and then it turns out to be another, but then some of them get them spot on. For example, our home shirt and away shirt did get leaked last season. I was just begging it wasn't that.
I don't hate Spurs or Cities. They're kind of similar to, like, they've all got like a bit of a pattern like Arsenal's.
For example, like the leaked Liverpool away kit, I actually quite like. It looks quite smart. It's got like a collar.
What colour? Black.
It's called Dark Atomic Teal. Not me saying a lot teal 5 minutes ago, but it looks quite smart. But then, like, how do you know if that's true or not?
Where do you get all these names from?
What colour names?
Like Rag and Bone Man, Donkey, Fish, Purple. Like, what?
Pokemon Donkey Fish purple.
I just don't understand what the thought process is behind it. What happened to just purple?
Spurs' leaked home kit is literally like, I understand that they're just a white, they're like home colours are white and blue, really, but it's just white. Like it's just plain white. It looks like a tea towel.
What's your favourite badge besides your own in the Premier League, or in general?
Let me have a look. See, I do like Morecambe's because it's a shrimp.
Yeah, I like the ones that aren't necessarily like a circle.
Let me see. Okay.
I don't actually mind Crystal Palace's.
No, I do. I like Leicester's. I'm not trying to be biased because obviously we're animal, but I do quite like animal badges. I think they stand out a lot more.
Yeah, you like your animals, don't you? So.
And apart from West Brom's badge, because that literally is just.
What about Derby's badge then? That's a ram.
No, that's what. See, like I don't like that either. I like it when the animal just looks like it's got a bit of something about itself. Derby's ram looks like it's sad because it's looking down. Like it looks tired, and that pretty much represents the football team. So, do you know what I'm saying?
I quite like Bolton's.
I'm really confused. Like, why Watford got like a moose on their badge?
Moose?
Yeah, they've got. Isn't it not a moose?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Why is that?
Let me Google it.
They're called the Hornets.
They are. The moose is actually a hart, a male deer, which represents the heart part of Hertfordshire.
But is it a male deer? Because I'm pretty sure it's a moose.
Well, apparently it's called
Moose
a heart. It's called a heart.
That's just a man deer, but you can't say it's a man deer and a moose at the same time, can you?
Apparently it's not a moose. It looks very moosey. I love chocolate mousse. I think I would say either Bolton's or Palace's.
I'll say I like West Ham's badge.
I don't like dislike most of them. They're just a bit like meh. It's the final fixtures of the Premier League on Sunday. So we've got, I mean, to be fair, what we've already said, it's basically done besides the European places. It's City won the league and 3 have gone down. And all that's to decide of the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference European League. We've got Arsenal, Brighton.
Yeah. Oh God.
Arsenal could get the conference still.
I think Brighton will do that.
Yeah, I think Arsenal win because they're actually in quite good form.
I'll go 2-1 to Brighton.
I'll go 2-1 to Arsenal. Then you got Villa, Chelsea.
I'll give that 1-1 because last time they played it was actually really close, and I feel like Villa are getting their form back, and obviously Chelsea.
Grealish is back.
Yeah, and Chelsea have got a Champions League final to face, haven't they? So I'll go 1-1.
But fair, Chelsea need to win though, just to ensure Champions League.
True, but I don't think they will. So 1-1.
I'll go 1-1. Actually, I'll agree 1-1. Fulham, Newcastle. I think Fulham will finish it on a high. I suppose we have to actually take into account that fans will be there.
That is such a lot. I think that's such a good. Like if I was a Newcastle or Fulham fan, obviously Fulham have been relegated, so they've got nothing to play for. But I actually think that's their advantage because I think they can just go for it because it's their last time playing in the Prem for this season. I'll say 2-0 to Fulham.
I think Fulham will as well, 2-0. I don't know why, I just do.
I like Fulham.
Leeds, West Brom. Obviously, Allardyce said he's leaving.
Yeah, I hate West Brom. And I don't really like Leeds. That's, I'll just say 0-0.
Is that because you don't care?
I don't want either of them to win.
It wouldn't. I think Leeds will win 3-0.
Or table-wise, I'd need West Brom to win and I'd need us to win so that we can, I'd need Crystal Palace to lose. Do you know what I mean? Because we keep slipping down the table now. We were 12th, but I think we're 13th after losing to Everton yesterday. So.
Yeah, still 12th.
Oh, are we? How the hell's that work?
Because Palace lost as well.
Oh, get it. All right, then. I'll just say... I actually think West Brom are in good form, so I'll say 1-0 to West Brom.
I'll say 3-0 to Leeds, because Leeds are in decent form as well. Then you've got Leicester Tottenham. This is a massive game, because Tottenham want to get...
Yeah, we need Leicester to win.
Well, I want Leicester to get Champions League over Liverpool, but...
Yeah, Yeah, well, obviously, no, same. I want Leicester to get Champions League, and if Leicester win, and West Ham win, then West Ham get Europa League. So I want Leicester to win, so I'll say like 3-2.
Are you going to like one, or actually like what you actually think is going to happen?
I think it'll be 3-2, but I want Leicester to win. I think Leicester will win anyway.
I'll go 2-2.
I mean, Tottenham have just lost to
Villa with the
also stunning own goal I've ever seen in my life.
I need to see it.
I don't even know how it happened. I literally don't understand the physics of it, but
it might be Kane's last game.
True. I'll make sure I captain him in my fantasy football as a farewell.
I don't know if I will. I think I've lost all will with fantasy football now. Liverpool Palace. It's Hodgson's last game, but Liverpool got Champions League to fight for.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will win like 3-1.
Yeah, they're a bit unstoppable at the moment. So I'll say...
Yeah, they will. Unless they debut their home kit, in that case, they'll lose on the kit alone.
They've got the fans behind them as well, though.
Vile kit.
I'm going to go 4-1.
Yeah, I said 3-1.
Man City, Everton. 3-1, Man City.
I genuinely think that could be like quite a tight game.
You always get one game at the end of the season because there's like not much to play for. You know, Everton could still get the Conference League.
I think they've blown it now. I think they've got nothing left in the tank. I know they've just beaten us, but I didn't watch the game. But apparently we were all over them.
But they're level on points with Tottenham. So if they won and Tottenham didn't win, they would get Conference League.
True, because obviously if Leicester win, but what if it's a draw?
Well, if Tottenham drew and Everton won, then Everton would get it. But it's Man City, so then Man City have just lost to Brighton. We'll not be very decisive, are we? But I'll just say 2-1 City.
I'll go like 2-0 City.
This is the irrelevant time of the round. Sheffield United, Burnley.
I'm going to back Sheffield United. I think they've actually been on a really good run of form since they got relegated. So I'll go 1-0.
I'll go 1-0. I wouldn't say they've been in a really good run of form. They've won 1 or 2 maybe, but...
Oh, look, compared to their whole season's results, they've been on a really good run of form now compared to any point in the season.
West Ham, Southampton. Big game for West Ham.
They've got fans back at the stadium as well because it's at home. It'll be their last match and first one with fans, and I think that'll put them over the edge. So I'll go 2-1 West Ham. I'll go 2-0
West Ham, and then Wolves, Man United. Man United are trotting the way.
Yeah, we're going to lose 3-1. 3-1.
I think it'll be 1-1. I think it'll be very in-season feel.
No, I mean, same with Man United. It's our first game at home with fans the whole time because obviously some places, like when we were in the tier system, they had fans in during that one point, but we were always in tier 4, so we've not had fans at all. But I think the atmosphere is going to be quite toxic, so I don't actually know if it's going to help or hinder the players. So I'll say we're going to lose 3-1. And if we do lose, the fans are going to be hot vile. I just feel it. It's going to turn against Nuno, and I personally think it might be his last game with us.
Would you be disappointed?
I would personally, yes, but a lot of people don't agree with me, so I'm not going to open that tin of worms. But yeah.
But also, you might find because of the circumstances, because it's been so long, the fans might just be so overjoyed to be back in the stadiums, and they might just be very supportive.
Yeah, so because from what I can kind of gather, they aren't happy anyway because obviously if you've got a season ticket, I'm pretty sure there's been refunds and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure because I'm not in the first band of season ticket waves. But the prices for tickets were £45 and the fans were from what I can gather, everyone was really upset, not happy. Even London clubs, some London clubs were charging less. So
actually, here's the thing: fair play to Burnley. It's free.
Yeah, I know, which I think is the way it should be. Genuine.
Was that free yesterday? I think it was free yesterday.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, they lost 3-0, but fair play anyway.
probably our predictions for
Europa and Champions League, just because it might be before. So the Europa League is on Wednesday, Wednesday, Villarreal versus Man United. Where is it?
I have no idea.
It is in...
Podcast will probably be like, we won't record it.
Stadion Miejski, which is in Gdansk. It's in Poland.
Bloody Nora. Is it who is it? United? I'll
go 1-0 United.
I don't really want United to win.
But do you think they'll win?
No, I don't even, actually, to be honest. I'll go 2-1, or either 2-1 or it will go to pens.
And Villarreal will win.
Yeah.
Emery's Solskjaer.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Your plan?
Yeah.
And then on the Saturday, it is Chelsea City in Porto.
I'm going to go 2-1 City.
I want City to win, but I've got a feeling
Chelsea will. No, that's literally me. I do have a feeling.
But the thing is, I actually think a lot of it depends on. Like, I think if Chelsea don't finish in the top 4, they'll win the Champions League.
I get what that's literally like.
Because then they'll get it anyway.
I feel like if City win against Everton, for some reason they're going to lose against Chelsea. Like that, I don't know. Like,
I think that's less dependent on that. I think it's more to do with like Chelsea, because I've just got a feeling that like if Chelsea don't win against Villa and they fall out the top 4, then they'll win the Champions League to get a Champions League place anyway.
Yeah, I understand. I kind of agree. I have a horrible sneaky feeling that they're probably.
I won't set the fence. I'll go. See, obviously, like the wholesome ending would be for Aguero to score the winner.
Yeah, I said that would be a good setup, wouldn't it? But who knows?
I don't think he'll play, to be honest.
I don't. I think he's done. We'll see. I think he might come on, or he will play for.
Well, it's got like the last penalty if it's like a shootout.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. I've got a feeling, especially as Tuchel's done the double over of Guardiola this season.
I want City to win, but I do have a sneaky suspicion that
Chelsea are
going to edge it. So I'll just leave that one up to the football gods.
Very decisive of you.
Yeah.
So I suppose that is
that.
The fifth episode.
The last podcast that I do before I'm 21.
It's very true. So if you want to, I don't know, you can't leave a comment. But
no one's going to wish me a happy birthday, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But just a last podcast before I get old. So
on the 30th of May.
Don't give me date of birth away. And on that note, cheerio.
Thanks for this episode.
Auf Wiedersehen and goodbye. And we will see you next episode.
The 6th episode.
Bye.
Ta-da.